So these are the Beats Studio Pro. And if you've seen Beats over the last few years, you already kind of know the reputation. Big bass, bold design, Apple ecosystem magic, and a certain vibe that no other headphones really try to copy. But the question is, in 2026, do these actually hold up as premium wireless over-ear headphones, or are they still leaning more on the brand than the performance? Let's break it down. Starting with the design, this is classic Beats. Clean, minimal, and instantly recognizable. The build feels solid without being overly heavy. The ear cups are soft, the headband has good padding, and overall comfort is actually better than older Beats models. You can wear these for long sessions without feeling that pressure fatigue that cheaper over-ears tend to give. They fold, they travel well, and they don't scream for attention, which is interesting because Beats used to be all about that loud visual identity. Now it feels more mature, more refined. Now sound. This is where Beats had to evolve, and they did, to a point. The Studio Pro still leans slightly toward that signature Beats tuning. You get punchy bass, but it's tighter than older generations. It doesn't bleed into the mids as much, which is a big improvement. Vocals are clearer, instruments are more separated, and overall it feels more balanced than people expect from Beats. But let's be real, this is still not a flat studio reference sound. It's tuned for enjoyment. It's tuned for energy. If you're listening to hip-hop, EDM, pop, or anything bass-driven, these shine. If you're an audiophile chasing pure neutrality, you'll notice the color in the sound. Now active noise cancellation. This is one of the strongest upgrades here. The ANC is genuinely competitive. It won't necessarily beat the absolute top-tier leaders in every scenario, but in daily use, commuting, cafes, office noise, it does a very solid job of cutting the world out. There's also transparency mode, and it's improved enough that you don't feel completely isolated when you turn it on. You can actually have quick conversations without pulling the headphones off, which sounds simple but matters a lot in real-life usage. Battery life is another strong point. You're looking at up to 40 hours depending on usage, and that's with ANC off. With ANC on, it drops but still comfortably gets you through multiple days. Even better, the fast charging is actually useful here. A quick charge gives you hours of playback, which makes it much harder to actually run these dead. Now connectivity. This is where Beats benefits heavily from Apple's ecosystem. If you're on iPhone, pairing is instant. Device switching is smooth. It behaves almost like AirPods in that sense, which is still one of the biggest advantages Beats has over a lot of competitors. But unlike AirPods, you also get USB-C Lossless audio support. And that's important because it shows Beats isn't just sticking to wireless convenience. You can plug in, go wired, and actually get higher fidelity audio when you need it. That flexibility matters more than people think. On Android, things are still good, just not as seamless. You lose a bit of that magic switching, but everything else holds up fine. Call quality is also solid. Not groundbreaking, but clear enough for meetings, calls, and everyday use without people asking you to repeat yourself every 5 seconds. So where does that leave the Beats Studio Pro? They sit in a very specific space. They are not trying to beat the most analytical audiophile headphones on the market. And they are not trying to be the absolute king of ANC either. What they are doing is balancing lifestyle, sound, comfort, and ecosystem integration in a way that just works for most people. And that's kind of the Beats strategy now. It's not about being the most technical. It's about being the most usable. If you want perfectly neutral sound, you can find better options. If you want absolute best noise cancellation, there are competitors that edge it out slightly. But if you want something that looks good, feels premium, integrates seamlessly if you're in Apple's ecosystem, and still sounds genuinely good for everyday listening, the Beats Studio Pro make a strong case. They are not trying to reinvent the category. They're trying to refine their place in it. And in that sense, they actually succeed more than people give them credit for.